In week one with a couple of touchdowns in the first quarter, and they're going to run it for the first play. Akram Wadley swung. They've got to get to the 34 in their own territory on 3rd and 18, and Iowa runs it, trying to set.
You definitely get the bragging rights for the entire season and the entire year, and you want that.
Stanley short set, and he hits Amir Smith-Mars. Second and short here.
I like the rhythm right now that this offense is getting into.
Wadley on the run, and he feels his way to the first down. Butler on the run, gets belted. Butler stays in. Smith-Marset on the reverse, and he steps inside beautifully for a 3rd down 8. Neither team's converted a 3rd down today. Stanley, the sophomore, thought about the check down. Instead, he hit Smith. Said he had a lot to improve on. So Wadley, the senior tailback now, and he gets the carry on 2nd down. Not much there, and the ball's on the deck. So Wadley lost
harm's way.
Quick set and a throw. Vandenberg, Matt Vandenberg, who was out for
hurt in this case.
Vandenberg hurt his foot in practice last September. They really missed him as Butler, the Nevada transfer, plunges upfield.
Yard rusher and have Wadley embrace it was a big time.
This is Butler going horizontal, and down he goes. He might be coming 3rd and 11. Halfway through quarter number 2, Stanley with a flag down, slings it. Guys who hung up 14 points basically every quarter last year against Iowa State. Stanley, the check down to his fullback, Drake.
In this first half.
Wadley on 2nd and 7. Boy, he finds the hole pretty. Smith-Marset in motion. Wadley on the run, and he slithers through.
And so fitting for 2 running backs, a completely different animal.
He said he feels like he's living in a different world. Stanley going deep down the sideline, incomplete.
In the end zone as we speak.
Just the 3rd incompletion for Stanley, but a major one that time as they turn back to the ground. Akram Wadley across the 40. Wadley shimmying into Iowa State.
Paramount here today against Iowa State.
Wisconsin kid quarterbacking Iowa. Nate Stanley has Wadley in the backfield, and 3rd down coming up. Julie, your screen on 3rd down. It's a run. It's Wadley off a block from Vandenberg. Easley and Vandenberg, the receivers, 2 tight ends. Stanley to throw to Vandenberg, the senior. He leaps and he makes
game. 2 tight ends. Ace formation, you end up in a balanced set. It forces the defense to be balanced, and you end up with a one-on-one outside with Matt Vandenberg.
Helping them take the lead. 3 wide on 2nd down for Nate Stanley. Pump and go. Stanley down the sideline. He overthrew another.
Stutter go, and Smith-Marset is just going to slice through the inside shoulder after a stutter. Set the defender right there. Run by Peavy to the inside, and if you drop that in the short, Iowa was getting leverage in the run game.
Nate Stanley to throw, and a high percentage pass. He hits Easley, who scored earlier. Butler around the right side for a 1st down. How much would you have?
Go high safety again here.
Play action for Stanley. Rush coming. Stanley gets it off inside the 10-yard line and sets up a 2nd down and a long 12. They will run with Wadley again to the short side for the Hawkeyes. Stanley, screen pass. No, sir! 9 3rd down for the game for the Hawkeyes. 3 of them in the first half. Stanley, the sophomore. And that's incomplete. Iowa trailing by 10. Nate Stanley, sophomore quarterback, goes on the check down for Easley, and Easley to the outside.
Now we'll see if Iowa can do something with that backed up starting field position.
Akram Wadley on the run. And he's hit by Spears, who's 12. Brandon Smith, the freshman. We have not heard from him today. Smith Marset in motion. Stanley to the sideline, flag down. He won. As we've seen it, Scott Chandler, Tony Moiaki, the tight ends, doing damage for the Hawkeyes. This is Wadley on the run. He's got a hat on a hat, and he shimmies by the defensive back.
The elusiveness, the getting yards yourselves. There's 2 head shakes. It gets him about 6 more yards on this run.
Cyclones trying to win in Ames for the first time in 6 years. Stanley with the pump, with time. Stanley for Smith Marset, and Wadley the tailback. Second down, and this is Akram Wadley, just tripped up. Knocked down, they'd like some yards. Stanley, the sophomore, screens it out for Wadley. Turning upfield, Akram Wadley inside the red zone. Render popping out from his left guard spot as Stanley lofts it up, end zone, diving try. Smith Marset, the game. Wadley, the tailback, 1st and goal. Akram Wadley is swung down. Stanley has Vandenberg down low. He looks the other way. Stanley whips it out of the end zone, and it's 3rd. Given change to play. Nate Stanley to throw. Stanley throw it behind Fant, and Iowa under 4 to play. Stanley to throw. Stanley flares it over the middle, incomplete. Nate Stanley, 21 of 33, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Stanley to throw, sideline route, the senior Vandenberg. And Stanley, 2nd and short. To the sideline and incomplete. You can have offensive.
And Peavy did a great job of running with Vandenberg, and the late push by Vandenberg in the back. That's what offensive pass interference.
Stanley to throw. Stanley behind his man, caught anyway by Fant. And the question is, how do you do that when you're so play action based? Stanley with a bullet to Fant across midfield.
Can be a perimeter guy, but your tight end's inside.
Stanley scanning. Stanley over the middle. Wadley got past Lanning. Akram Wadley inside the red zone. Wadley could go. Wadley! Touch! 3rd down and 4. Stanley low snap on the roll. To the edge he goes. Easily inside the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal for Iowa. Wadley the tailback. Smith Marset in motion. Stanley to throw to the end zone.